Boleo is an extension of a colgada. Again, I'm not talking to you about what is guided, what you're going to feel as a woman. And also, I'm going to insist that men can do boleos. But a boleo, if we wanted to transpose this to the world of driving a car, is like a fishtail on a car. You don't do it every day, and you don't do it all the time on any old parking lot. You do it when you know you have the room. And usually for the man, it's very easy to see if there's room or not, especially going to the left. Right? We'll talk about that in another video. The idea is that going left, you can see. Alright, so the boleo. Find yourself a door. If you have a post, it's obviously easier, but a door jamb where you can hang on. The door is here, by the way. And here's a wall. And you're going to be taking your right foot and walking along the length of that wall. So here's our wall. And, my left foot is at the corner, right? So what I can now do is work in reverse here. I'm going to take a step back with my left leg to where it was situated in a moment. I'm going to hang on to this door and I'm going to exit along my wall. We can start off with simple angles, so 90 degrees, let's say. Right? This is 90 degrees. I think it gets more complicated as you open it up. So let's start with 90. So, essentially, tick, boom, hook. Women, when you're practicing this, the idea is to learn to have this tree trunk straight. So let's look at it again like that. Boom. I try to keep it. I don't try to back it up. I try to keep it straight. And evidently, I musicalize with my leg. Try to keep this straight, even on a slight incline to the front to give a good impression back. Now, women should also try to understand that this hanging on thing is not what you're going to be doing when you're actually doing the colgado. So I would encourage you to hang on with the opposite hand if you can, and not with your left, especially with your left, because you are all tempted to grab the guy during a colgada. He is grabbing you. You are not grabbing him. So, and if anything, if this arm could go in the air during a colgada, I would love it. I would love to see that. That would be the full measure of what it is. The sufficient quality of what a colgada is. So, again, I'm in a zero. My left leg is going to be going towards that point where I'm going to be rotating. And, I want to make my boleos better and better. I go down and down. I go down with deflection. I keep the trunk straight. And I try to bring my leg up. There are, of course, stretches to do to get that leg to go up and up and up over time. But one of the interesting exercises is to simply bend the heel so that it comes up as far as it can. Oof. While sending this knee as far back as you can and sending this up. So, all right. We had it on one side, we can do it on the other, right? So, oh, I did it the wrong foot. Yes. This time my right foot is going to be going to my pivot. It's going to be at the door jamb. I'm going to be grabbing with the other side. Here's the other side of the door, of course, that I'm going to smash into. But maybe I can work that into the exercise. Yes. I bring it up so that I don't touch the door. I do them slowly. Slow boleo. Slow boleo so that later on I can do a fast boleo without a problem. Now, to work this stretch, and to get that leg up while bending it as much as possible, we use our door jamb again. We bend down while it goes up. And we learn to lift this up from the seat and relax the muscles as they spasm, because they are going to spasm. Again, this is it. Now, interestingly enough, going around this is good exercise. Going around the stool. Going around the stool. My hips are straight. My leg is going around. My knee is behind my other knee in direction. Showing it this way. Putting my foot here. So what I'm trying to impose upon you is this is not what's going on. We're going right behind, and in fact we're going to try to bring that foot over top and bring this closer to make it even more challenging. Over top of that stool, keeping things lined up, putting this knee even behind the other knee. Now we're walking, maybe to practice our boleos. So the colgada and the boleo are linked where? Well, they're both dynamic movements. They both require a partner. They require an external axis for you. They require something that is going to hold on to you. You are not going to be holding on to them. For the purposes of learning what to do with your leg, obviously you're going to do it. I did not switch legs. Let's do that. When you're stretching like this, you know, going low stretches the fascia and the muscles. But really, the idea is to lift up this foot too, because that's when it really starts to spasm like that. Oh! Your body, your muscles are not used to that, I'll tell you that right now. So you stretch by applying some weight down, and you keep your hips this high, and you try to move that leg up. Oh! And you know, quickly assume a new posture, and you realize that that whole thing has to be stretched. You know, there are composite stretches. These aren't very long things to do. Again, a few seconds of stretching like this cannot be a bad thing. A kitchen table. Again, close the curtains, when you're doing all these things. So we're stretching that leg out, forward, and we're going to try it again with that stool. The more you stretch it forward, the more this is bundling up, So again, we're stretching down to pull on the fascia, to pull on the muscles. And then we're keeping our hips as high as they were, and we're going to raise this foot up in the air. Oh, yeah. A lot of solidification and a lot of new things for your hamstrings and your quadriceps to figure out. Changing feet. Again, I'm going down as low as I can, right? That part is easy. Going down is easy. What is hard is staying there while raising this back foot off that chair. Now, finally, it's not spasming anymore. I'm keeping this trunk as perpendicular as possible, maybe even a slight inclination, certainly not backwards, forward. And I'm coupling the stretch of the leg muscles with this stretch. Same time, same leg, stretched in both directions. Feel the burn, take it down. Touching the toe if you can. Rotating this. Important aspect of a stretch too. We'll get into abdominal muscles in another video, but is to be able to hold your breath or take an inspiration and blow out slowly. While doing this, and doing it again. Colgado and boleo. I'm learning to stretch this leg. I'm learning this posture. I'm going to incline a little bit. And I'm learning perhaps to bounce this. You know. If you have any questions, just let me know.